Greetings, wonderful friends. Thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to open up with a breath and then do some tapping, cupping, and self-massage. A lot of people have said to me that in this time of sheltering and being apart from one another that they really miss the sense of touch. And in yoga, we consider that all of our senses can either bring medicine and healing to us, or they can take in junk food. So we want to have a really healing touch and give this gift to ourselves. So we're going to start with a little bit of breathing. I'm going to move back a little bit because yesterday's breath was very well received by people. So I'd like to go over that again. I'll turn sideways a little bit. We'll just get right into some vertical alignment. So first, wherever we are, we want to have that connection to the sky. So our spine is hanging and is feeling effortless rather than this feeling of collapsing down and being dragged down by gravity. We want to acknowledge gravity and also engage in a lovely relational dance so that we have that upward lift that we create with our will and with a lightness of feeling like we have a star or a hook or something in the sky that lets us be suspended, and we also feel our feet, our sit bones, and engage with gravity. So with this in mind, let's go to a couple of just normal cats and dogs. So on the exhale, think of the waistline moving back, pubic bone and collarbones come closer in front. Inhale, and we lift the chest and take the tailbone back, and just some nice easy rocking without any collapsing. Imagining that we're still nice and tall, nice and tall. And just let the breath flow into your body and let the breath flow out. The breath will just naturally fit into the movements. Now we're going to add something that was very popular with people, and that is raising the shoulder girdle. We're often told to keep those shoulders down all the time, but I'd like to say they're meant to go up and they're meant to go down. We don't want them stuck in either one of those positions. So what we started working with yesterday that people really responded nicely to was we're starting in the exhale with the pubic bone and the collarbones together. And on the inhale, the impetus is the sliding up of the shoulder girdle, the raising of the shoulders, the elbows coming up, and we let the finish of the inhalation be a blossoming of that. And then we're just going to come vertical and relax and return to pubic bone and collarbones close. So the inhale, just before the inhale, the shoulder girdle comes up. We keep opening, the shoulders are still up. And as we begin the exhale, we come vertical, the shoulders come down, and we finish in the little curl. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, and it's all about the shoulder girdle rising to make space in the lungs. And exhale, softening, coming back 1 more time. Be bold. Let those shoulders come up around your ears. Fill your lungs and rib cage. And exhale, relax to neutral. Just check in and see how your breath is feeling. And take another moment or 2 to feel your breath. You can even place your hands on your belly and expand. And I hope that that has opened the doors to breath for you, because we're going to move into tapping. I see hearts coming up. I've got different mics on today so that we can do some tapping around in the face before we come and stand up. So here we go. We're breathing. We're sitting nice and tall. We're smiling. Let's warm up our hands so that they're sensitive. You can even wash them with some energy and rub in between the fingers. We want to wake up our hands and even look at them with great appreciation. And now we're going to tap at the breastbone. And everywhere we're tapping, we're saying hello. And we're breathing from the inside into the areas that are being tapped. You can make a sound on any exhale that you wish. And fill your body gently and lovingly with breath. Now we're going to tap up and down through the throat, into the jawline, and lovingly around the sides of the neck. And when we get to the ears, we're going to tap one finger in front and one behind. And then we're going to come up the top of the back of the shoulders into the base of the skull, back and forth. And one more time, we'll come up the sides. I won't go on the skin because of my mics, but you can tap right on the skin. I'm going to tap in the energy around. And we want to get that feeling of tapping just in front and behind the ear. And now just a little bit of massaging the ear, massaging the ear. I invite you to touch your ear and massage all the way around, and also massage the lobes, rub the little flap in front of the ear, and one more time, lovingly rubbing your ears. Some of us may have dogs and cats and horses in our lives that really love this movement, so now we might know why. Let's shake out the hands a little bit, shake them out and relax the shoulders, even let the shoulders bob up and down. Okay, now yawning, slow motion yawning. We're tapping a little bit at the chewing muscles, and we can even tap along the jaw. Take one hand and tap a little bit between the nose and the upper lip. You can continue yawning. And then the other hand between the lower lip and the chin. Now we're going to tap along that lovely curve that comes along the sides of the nose and under the apple of the cheek. So tapping down the nose, and when you come under the contour of the cheek, give it a little bit of an upward fluff, like a little loving facelift. And we'll do that a couple of times. And really enjoy the touch you're giving yourself. Enjoy the information you're receiving from your fingers, through your skin, from the inside. You're both the giver and the receiver of this little tapping. Now we're going to come to the outer corner of the eyes. Relax the shoulders here. You can lift them up, but make sure you relax them. We don't want to get stuck here, and we don't want to be locked down here. So we want to, let's just take a breath. Inhale up with the shoulders. Exhale, let them softly melt. Inhale and get that extra breath in the chest, and exhale, relax. Let's do one more. Nice big breath. Exhale, relax. And now let's relax and find a comfortable place for your shoulders. It may be a little bit of exploration as we get used to something new. And we're tapping around the eye socket bone, and we're tapping up and out along the eyebrows. Very gently, lovingly, calmly. And then tapping at the third eye with a little bit of outward fluff if you tend to furrow like I do. Just a nice, taking the dust off the mirror of the mind so we can open up our intuition. And let's tap all over the scalp, tapping with the pads of the fingers. You can even make this a bit more vigorous if you like that, because the scalp often enjoys that. Come in all the way again. I'm not tapping too hard on my scalp. I'm actually tapping in the energy around, again, so I don't initiate unnecessary sound through my little AirPods. I've put them on so that there's nothing interfering with the facial tapping. So now shake out through the fingers, and now we brush the energy. We've kind of brought the dust bunnies to the surface. So inhale, you can actually brush your face or just a half an inch or an inch away. And this is a smoothing action, and we just let that go. One more time. Inhale, clearing the energy, and exhale, just letting it go, letting it go. Okay, glasses come back on. While we're here, breathe and see how your face feels. Maybe you feel nice, maybe you look brighter. And let's come to standing. We'll continue our tapping in a standing position. So here I invite you to feel your feet And let's get that stretch through the suspension by lifting the arms. Inhale, interlace the fingers, turn the palms up, and here, lift those shoulders. Slide the shoulder blades up. You can even lean forward a little bit and wiggle here, making some extra space between the nape of the neck and the base of the ribs. And let's even take this into a bit of side bending. Step the feet open a little bit. Exhale, lift up and over. Inhale up. Exhale over. Sliding the shoulder blades up the back so we're not just lifting the chest. And then coming up center, nice and tall, shoulders up. And let the fingers release, the shoulder blades slide, the spine stays tall. And take a breath. Okay, now we're going to take one hand and tap across the opposite side of the chest. You can even lightly turn your head away. We're cupping with a round hand as though we're holding a little sip of water. And letting the lungs expand into the contact. We're going to reach over the shoulder a little bit and cup along the back of the arm, down the outside of the arm, back of the hand, clear clapping, and then gently coming up the inside of the arm and even into the armpit and the side of the chest. And coming back to the center. We're just doing one today. Sometimes we do two or three, but it's a short practice today. So feel how much shift there is even in one round. Isn't that lovely? Let's do the other side. And the more we bring our loving attention into the movement and the task, the more energy comes back. So we're cupping with love back and forth across the chest. We're wrapping the cupped hand over the shoulder and we're coming down the back of the arm, the outside of the arm, forearm, back of the hand, fingers, clapping, clear sound, cupping, coming up the inside of the arm, into the armpit, the side of the chest, and just gently releasing, just checking. Okay, people are here. Good, people can hear me. That's good. And just shaking out the hands and let the shoulders bob up and down. We really want to take out any adhesions in the shoulder girdle. I know I spent decades shoulders down, slide them down the back. And it's so refreshing to have that, that elasticity. So play a little bit. If this is new material, just be open. There's no rules. It's all about how does it fit in my body? Okay, and let's start shaking a little bit. Pretend you're full of a bean bag full of beans and you want to jiggle all of those beans while you stay suspended from your bungee cord to the sky. Nice and loose, billows of air in all the joints. Shake up those beans everywhere. Get them shaking. Add some sound to release breath even further. If you like, you can even shake up and get that extra stretch, the rave version of the shaking, and just let everything jiggle. Let your backbone slip. Let it go. Now keep everything this elastic and buoyant with that connection to the sky. And we begin some twisting. And feel free to pivot on that back foot so the heel lifts. And let the eyes scan the horizon just above the eye line. Allow this to come to its own natural finish. And take yourself back into feeling your feet and the support from the earth below and the suspension from above. And we're letting the shoulder girdle be relaxed. So sometimes it'll go up and sometimes it'll go down. So right now when it's relaxed, it's kind of hanging like a shawl, just hanging like a shawl. Let's continue our tapping and cupping. So we're going to go gently over the navel. Extra gentle if you have any bloating or digestive distress. We just want to be kinder. kinder. Now we're going to cup down the outsides of the thighs, coming over comfortably. So if you can only reach a certain amount, just imagine that you're coming down. So pretend you have an energy hand that goes down further. If it's comfortable for you to go all the way down, you can also do that. Come over the tops of the feet. If you can't reach your feet, pro tip, use some balance and use one of your heels to massage the top of the other foot. That's my hand on a chair or something like that. And then we're coming up gently up the insides of the thighs. You can turn the knees out a little bit, pubic area, and we're going to wrap around the buttocks. You can use light fists here, and you can even give yourself a little shimmy and shake if you want to. Keep breathing, and we're going to come down the backs of the legs into the backs of the knees. A little bit of light pummeling, very light, but the calves have a bit of muscle mass and bounce there. Coming down lightly into the Achilles, over the tops, up the fronts of the legs. Spending a little bit of time cupping the thighs. You can even do a little rhythm section. And then making your way back up. And we're going to finish by wrapping around and using the inner fists or the backs of the hands or palms. Round a little bit. We want to get some, generate some energy in the kidneys with sound, any sound you like. And then just some rubbing up and down to keep this area warm and supported. And we're going to bring this little bit of invigoration to a finish by placing the palms comfortably on the back of the waist, standing, feeling our feet, feeling the suspension through the spine. So we're really connected above high and below low, and nice alive conduit. And settle yourself. Feel any tingling, feel any raising of the heartbeat or anything that you're experiencing. Just feel for a moment and direct your inhalation into your palms. So there's a sense of energy nourishing the back body. And since we've been working with raising the shoulders a little bit, we're not doing it on purpose or stiffly. We're just exploring, playing with, can you get a little bit more breath in the back of your body if your shoulders float up a little? For those of you out there who do a lot of yoga, there are actually some yogasanas, some yoga poses and bandhas where we actually want the shoulders up to the ears. So just lightly, just exploring. If it doesn't work, drop it, forget about it. We want to feel better. If something works, great. If it doesn't work, just let it go. Good. But make yourself comfortable. And now we're going to slide the hands around. We're coming down into slowing down. We got everything activated and awakened. Now we're going to do some loving self-massage. So we hook the thumb and index finger together, and we cradle our hands comfortably on the low belly, and we connect to sky and earth. And take a few breaths, this time feeling not only the expansion of the back, that's a muscle memory now, but also the expansion into belly, into the hands. And now slowly on the inhale, massaging up the right side of the abdomen, and exhale down the left side. We're giving ourselves a loving abdominal massage. You can even pretend that you've got some healing ointment that you are spreading that softens your skin and also nourishes your internal organs. And let's do a few in the opposite direction. Lovingly, calmly, with a soft smile. Slowing things down. maintaining our vertical alignment, our connection to the suspension from above and to the support from below. Let's let the hands rest at the lowest position and float the left hand out. On the inhalation, the right hand guides the energy and it even helps you lift up on the inside a little bit more. As you exhale, that right hand guides the energy across the left chest and down the outside of the arm and off the hand. On the inhalation, the palms face each other and that right hand guides fresh energy in, anointing your whole body inside and out. And exhale, the other hand smooths the energy off. You let go of anything old. And inhale, there's more space for you to bring in healing energy. Step the right foot out and bend a little bit to the right and turn towards the left. Take another inhalation here. And when you exhale, I'll turn sideways, you're guiding the energy all the way out, down, and through the leg, releasing to the earth. Come center. With the palms, you're drawing fresh, healing energy up the inside of that leg, over the belly, turning to the other side and bending the left knee. And exhale, we're smoothing the energy off. And inhale, we're coming back up. And we're going to rest the hands at the low belly and settle for a moment. And we'll do the arm, arm, leg, leg one more time. So just take a moment to imagine the visualization you're going to use. It's not just the movement, it's not just the breath, but it's also the internal story that you tell. So maybe it's like a shower, you wash off dirt, sweat, you also feel the refreshment of the water. So maybe you are releasing knots of tension or emotions that have been clogging you. And then when you bring something new in, you're bringing in the healing, supporting, refreshing, or whatever story appeals to you. So let's float the left hand out and wait for an inhalation. Inhalation, right hand slides up. Exhale, you're smoothing, you're clearing, you're releasing. Inhale, you're inviting and bringing in fresh, loving kindness. Exhale, you're smoothing, guiding, releasing. You're also promoting flow. We want good circulation. Bend the right knee. Exhale, clearing from the hip all the way down the leg, releasing, releasing. Inhale, drawing in fresh healing. Bending over to the other side and twisting. Exhale, guiding, clearing, releasing. Inhale, receiving, drawing in. And we're going to finish with the hands resting, cupped over the low belly. And gently step the feet close together where you feel supported. Connect yourself to the sky above, to the earth below, to your magnificence on the perpendicular between those places. And with a soft smile, feel your breath. Imagine your breath is circulating not only in your belly, torso, lungs, but into every single cell of your physical being, of your energy being, of your spiritual being. And as you inhale, you get fresh, nourishing, inspiring energy. And as you exhale, you clear away and make space for the next round of goodness. And my dear friends, this brings us to the end of today's little movement medicine morsel. I hope you feel revived. I certainly do. And thank you so much for joining your energy and beautiful presence into these practices. Love to you all.